Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. I want to talk to you guys about a cool utility for iOS devices called GPS to IP. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a situation where you've needed to link a GPS device. It could be a little puck GPS you can pick up for like $50 on Amazon. If you're trying to link it to a computer, it could be a Mac, it could be a Windows machine, it could be a Raspberry Pi. I don't know how many of you guys have been trying to do that, and for me, I have been looking for a solution for a really long time, trying to find a way to send GPS data, streaming GPS data from my phone to the computer. And my search yielded nothing until about a week ago when I discovered an app called GPS to IP. I'll show you what the icon looks like here. It's in the bottom center, right there. GPS to IP. It is a great app. It works really well. I've been using it for a week with various programs and software on Windows. I have not utilized it on the Mac yet, just because I don't have any software on my Mac that would work with this program. Because I don't really use my Mac for a lot of Storm stuff, or ham radio email or anything like that. And I'll explain all that in a little bit here. But the point of this video, I want to show you guys how you can send your iPhone's GPS output data, send its data to your computer, and using that data in programs such as GRL3 and Winlink Express. And we'll show you guys all of that. So stick around, guys. And before I forget, I'm also going to show you the program as well. The GPS to IP program, and what you guys need to do and set it up. So stick around and we'll jump into this. Okay, everyone. So this is the iOS App Store, as you can see. And I have already pulled up GPS to IP. This is the page for it. You can read about it here, and I won't go into details here. I will let you guys go ahead and read all this yourselves here. But the app is free. There are in-app purchases, and I'll show you real quick. And I apologize if the screen scrolling here makes you not feel great. As you can see here, in-app purchases, full functionality of the app is going to cost you $6.99, and multicast UDP is going to cost an additional $1.99. Now, you do not need multicast UDP, so you don't have to purchase that if you don't want to. And full functionality, I don't know if you need it or not. I purchased this right away without testing it first, and I did that because I already knew that this would work with all of my applications that I want to use this with. So I just jumped right in and didn't really think twice about it. So your mileage may vary if you just want to stick to the free app without the in-app purchases. I leave that up to you. Okay. Well, while I'm here, I have the program open already. Here it is. As you can see, I am not recording any data here. right now. And you can see my phone's IP address and port number and all that stuff. There is some configuration that we do need to do here. So in the lower right hand corner there, you see settings. You're going to tap settings. And this is the settings page. And guys, I am not going to sit here and tell you what all this stuff means because I don't know what it is, and I'd rather not guess. So at least for my needs, getting my data, my GPS output data from my phone to my programs like Winlink Express and GRL3 and all that, you will want to copy these settings down. So I don't use a delay. I don't disable when static. For the MIA messages, or I'm sorry, for GPS accuracy, I use the very best. Now, using the very best will cause your battery to drain pretty quickly, so just keep that in mind when you're doing this, when you're setting this up here. The two MIA messages, NEMA messages that you need to send are GGA and RMC. I don't know what either of those are. You can tap the little eyes next to the toggle switches to get more information. But I honestly don't know what NEMA message, all these NEMA messages options are. But the two that you definitely need are GGA and RMC. Other messages, you can leave those disabled. Again, I don't know what all those are for exactly. General settings, you can operate it in background mode. I have that on because there might be a situation where I need to use my phone for something else, but I'm streaming my GPS data to the computer. Yeah. The connection method that I use is socket. Some programs might require UDP push. Just depends. I did purchase the UDP push multicast. That is the $1.99 in-app purchase here. But I just use socket. And then for network selection, this is what makes this app shine. You can broadcast over Wi-Fi IP, so if you're on your home network, your computer and your phone are on your home network connected to your home Wi-Fi, you can use Wi-Fi IP. You can use cellular IP. I'm honestly not sure what the purpose of using cellular IP would be. And the reason I say that is because below there is hotspot. So if your iPhone is in hotspot mode, and you're connected to your computer's, your phone is connected to your, let me start that over. Your computer is connected to your phone via hotspot, your phone's hotspot. You could come in here and select hotspot and share your GPS through your output data through the iPhone hotspot to your computer. That's what makes this app shine. And then there's also Bluetooth as well. So multiple ways to connect, and that is where this app shines. So again, just to kind of recap here, I'll scroll to the top. Just copy the settings here that I have, and I do believe that the free version of the app, you can do all of this, so you don't even need to pay for it. However, having said that, this developer does make very good tutorials and does a really good job. The app is it works very well. I've had zero issues with it, zero problems with it. It just works, which I do appreciate. So I had no problem spending the $8 or $9 for this app. It works really well. And by the way, I am not being sponsored by the developer. I am not being paid. These are my personal thoughts and reflections here. So again, just go through here, copy the settings as you see here. and we'll jump over to the computer next here, and we'll show you what's going on there. So give me a second here, and I will switch screens. Before I flip screens here, I just wanted to touch base while I'm still here connected to my phone real quick here. Because after all, this is a tutorial video. Once you've configured this screen here just the way I have it, once you have this all configured, what you need to do then is come up and click Done. And we'll remind me later here. Once you're done, you'll be taken back to this screen, and up at the very top here, and I'm not going to do this because I want to protect my position, my location where I am, so I'm not going to turn it on, but enable GPS to IP, you're just going to flip that toggle in the upper right hand corner, you're just going to flip it on, and then you should see your GPS position right here, and that will also open up the socket and everything that you've configured in settings, and do all of that and go from there here. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that when you're done configuring your settings and you're ready to connect the GPS to IP program to your computer, you're just going to enable that, and your position will show up here. And you'll need to take note of your phone's IP address, the port number, and connections here. How many devices are connected to your phone, to the phone's GPS. And we'll explain all of that here in due time. So I just wanted to jump back in here before I flip over to the Windows computer, and we'll show you the next step here. Okay, so we are back, and I'm going to show you two programs that you need to run in conjunction with GPS to IP. And the reason why you're going to need these two programs is because GPS to IP puts out your GPS data using an IP address. Most programs, in order to get GPS data, require a serial port connection. So what these two programs do is take the data coming from GPS to IP and turn it into a serial port connection for you that is readable here. So we're going to make some assumptions here that you already know how to install and run programs here on a Windows computer. So we're not going to go through the download and install of these two programs here, but I will explain each program here. One thing I will say with this program over here, this program is called RealTerm. RealTerm, you'll need to right-click on the installer file and run as administrator. That is important to do. Otherwise, you'll get a lot of error messages and this program will not open. So again, in your downloads folder, wherever you save your downloads, right-click on the installer for this program here, RealTerm, and run as administrator. Okay, we'll jump back here. The first program you're going to need is Virtual Serial Ports Emulator. I will link these two programs down in the description below where you can go and download these. The first program you're going to need is Virtual Serial Ports Emulator. And you'll install it. Once installed and you run it, you'll see a window like this. And both sections of the window, the top window, the bottom window here, will be blank. The reason why I have two things here already is because, well, this top connection here is for my radio, and this bottom connection here is for GPS to IP. So when you get this program running, both windows will be blank. The first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to make a new COM port pair. As you can see, the device is a pair here. So when this window is open, up here, you're going to click this button here, Create New Device. So you're going to click that and you're going to see a window that looks just like this. Under the device type, you're going to change it to pair. So we'll drop down the list here, click pair, and you can read a little bit about what the purpose of a pair is and what it does here. So that's the first thing you're going to need to do, and you're going to click next. Now you're going to select the COM ports that you want for the pair here. So just as a demo here, I'll come down and, whoops, a little too far. And I'm just going to select COM port 20 for the first port. And I'll select COM port 21 for the second port here. And you can leave the emulate baud rate unchecked there. And you're going to click finish. And as you can see here, we now have COM port 20 and COM port 21 linked together as a pair, meaning that data can pass to and from each port simultaneously. I am going to delete this because I don't need it since I already have COM port 13 and 14 already as a pair. So I am going to delete this. And we're good to go. Anyway, you'll see the status here is NA, not available here. That's because we need to run the emulation. As you can see, stop is highlighted right now. So we're going to go ahead and run this. And it will change from NA to ready. Now, my radio is turned off right now, so that is why you're seeing error messages here. It is not related to the COM port pair here, and this does not cause any issues. So if you use this program already to run multiple ham radio applications on your computer together at the same time, basically taking one COM port and splitting it off to multiple COM ports, and your radio is turned off, don't worry about it. This is no problem. This doesn't cause issues with COM port 13 and 14, my pair here. So just wanted to throw that out. Once this is ready to go, you can minimize this, and we can jump over here to RealTerm is the name of the program. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to port. And what you're going to want to do is copy the settings that you see here. Now, I did not need to touch any of this when I installed RealTerm. It was already set like this, but for some reason, if your setup looks a little bit different from this, go ahead and just take a look at my screen real quick and copy the settings here. So for the port number, if you look at GPS2IP, your phone's server IP, you'll need to put that down here in the port here. So I'm just going to type that in real quick. And I believe this is correct. Yes, it is. And you also need to include the port number. So right below on enable GPS2IP there, right below your iPhone server IP, you'll see port. And you'll need to insert a colon here and then put in the port number. In my case, it's 11123. And then you're good to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open that. And there it is. We're streaming GPS data from my phone to this computer now. Now we need to actually turn that into a port here, into a serial port or COM port. So what you're going to want to do, make sure your settings here are just like mine. Again, I didn't need to touch any of this stuff. It was all ready to go as is. But just in case your install looks a little bit differently, or your program looks a little bit differently, go ahead and just copy my settings real quick. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on Echo port. So we're going to put a check on Echo. And what that does is it allows the COM port 13 in this case. So I'm going to come into port here, and I'm just going to select COM port 13. And as you can see, a virtual serial port emulator, serial 13. I'm just going to select that. Basically, putting Echo on, what that allows us to do is take the data coming from COM port 13 and push it to COM port 14. And you'll see why we need to do that in a minute. And once that's done, we're going to hit change. This window will clear and GPS data should come in, and if you see this, you're good to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let's start with Winlink Express here. And we'll show how that works. And looks like I got a form update here, so I'll just update the forms real quick. If this takes too long, I will stop the recording and come back when it's completed, and we'll be good to go there. So we'll see what happens here, and it looks like that worked. Yep, okay. So now what you're going to do is under Winlink Express, you're going to go to Settings, and you're going to go to GPS and Position Reports. Then what you're going to do here is under GPS serial port, you're going to select COM port 14, and your GPS baud rate, you can leave at 4800, and as you can see here, GPS status, you can see my GPS data right here. So that's a good thing. And my last position report was this. We can say use GPS position, and that will take the data from the top part here and insert it in here. And yeah, and we can use current time as well and GPS position. And that changes everything here, which is great. And you won't need to touch any of this stuff. For a comment, you can, kind of like Twitter, where you're limited into characters, you can just put in a little message saying that maybe everyone is okay. Just kind of a status, depending on your application, or sailing fine if you're a sailor, and sending a position report. Maybe you're a hiker, you can maybe say, this is base camp. Or something like that. So many ways to utilize this. So whatever your particular application is, that's all you need to do. And when you're done, you can just say post report, and that will create a new WinLink message here. And as you can see, I got it in the outbox here, and as you can see, this is what it looks like. Now, it's going to QTH. Now, QTH is a service provided by Winlink, the Winlink team, and it does a couple things. One, it puts your position on their map, and two, it actually will put out your position reports on out on APRS, the APRS-IS service. So services like APRS.FI, APRS Direct, Find You, all of that, your position report will show up there, which is really cool. If you want to send your position report to family members or other people, you can come in here and edit the message, and under to or CC, you can put in other people that you wish this message to go out to, and yeah, which is really cool. So I could send it to myself, I can send it to my parents, send it to whomever needs a position report there. But I would definitely leave QTH in there, because then it goes out to the APRS network, which is really cool here. Now, I'm not going to send this. We're going to assume that you know how to send a WinLink message and all that at this point. So I'm just going to close this, and I'm just going to delete this out of my outbox here, and it's just going to rest in my deleted items here. So that's how you set this up for GPS to IP, sending your GPS data from your iPhone to Winlink Express. I will show you now how to do this in GRL3. So I'm going to take a breath here, and we'll come back in just a moment. Okay, we are back again, and this time I'm going to show you how to set up GRL3 to read your GPS data from your phone here. So we've got GRL3 open here, and I'm not going to go through all the GR Level 3 features or anything, and all the place files and all that, but just want to show you guys how you can utilize your iPhone's GPS data to your to GR Level 3 here, how to send the data. So what you're going to do is open GR Level 3, and then what you're going to do is come up here to File, and you're going to click on GPS, and you're going to click Start. And in just a moment here, it's going to present us with a window. As you can see, here's the window. And again, we're going to select COM port 14. Since the data is going into COM port 13, it's going to come out on COM port 14. So we're just going to say select COM port 14 and click OK. And in just a minute, and there it is. As you can see here, there is a GPS ring here. And if we come up here to Window and we can show GPS monitor, as you can see here, we got a valid fix, and we're getting 8 satellites. And if I were moving, it would show speed and my bearing heading as well. So, but I'm not moving here. I'm stationary. So that is just what I want to show you guys, and that's it. And that's all there is to it. And when you're done with everything, what you'll want to do is come over to GPS and click Stop. And once you're done there, you can close out of GR Level 3. So I'm just going to re-enable my place files here. So GR Level 3 is ready to go for next time. Come back over here, and when we're done here, when you're done streaming your GPS data to your computer, what you'll want to do is come back over here to RealTerm and go to Port, and you're just going to re-click the Open button, and this will close the connection. Once that's done, you can close out of that. And another thing that you can do, this is optional, but you can go back into Virtual Serial Port Emulator. It usually is found here in the taskbar. Depends on how you have this program set up and configured here. And I'm just going to stop the emulation, and that will change from ready back to not available. And I'm just going to go ahead and clear that screen and minimize, and that's it. And then you'll come back over to your phone and just disable GPS to IP and that toggle switch in the upper right corner, and then you can close out of GPS to IP on your phone. And that's all there is to it, guys. So there you go. There is a good way there for you to stream your GPS or your iPhone's GPS data to your computer, as well as turning that data from a IP address into a serial port, and make that work. And this has many applications: sailors and mariners, and storm chasers, skywarn people. There's many applications for this, and I can't list them all here, but I just wanted to just share that with you guys and give you guys a good heads up there. So with that, I wish everybody 7-3, and have a good rest of your day. Take care, and I hope you found this video useful. Take care.